Good morning. Welcome back to Full Bore Silver, Wednesday, February 4th. Well, we had a gold surge last night. We were almost back to 5,100. Now we're retracing a little bit and consolidating. Silver, same pattern. Oil, natural gas up today. Japanese yields up. The Dixie, the US dollar, is kind of chopping around. There is a correlation between the US dollar and gold because gold is a constant. Gold does not go up. What goes up and down is the currency. It's either debased, inflated, more printing. So imagine rooting against precious metals, rooting against silver. In effect, you are rooting for the debt-based fiat currency system. This system is hinged upon continual money supply expansion. Now, don't believe me? Go to the Federal Reserve's own website. I'll attach these charts, M1 and M2 money supplies, parabolic arcs in these curves. The money supply since 2020 to right now has, in terms of M1, 5x'd, okay? Did the US economy become more efficient? Did we manufacture more? No. All they did was put more money into circulation, more dollars chasing fewer goods manufactured domestically. That is why gold and silver is going up. That is the thesis. Look at this. I'll attach as well. Gold as a percentage of the US stock market. We are still coming out of the troughs. We are so early in this move, it's not even funny. But what's really concerning is manufacturing only makes up 18% of US GDP. We are a services economy, largely a fake economy made out of fake industries. Government jobs, the legal industry, consulting, healthcare. Healthcare, the trillions spent on healthcare in the US system, with the worst healthcare outcomes of any first world nation in the world. The healthcare insurance industry, the healthcare administration industry, where they just pass paper back and forth to each other. And you can go to ARA, radiology in Austin, and with no insurance, you can get an MRI for $400. You go to the emergency room and get an MRI, they'll charge you $15,000 for the same procedure that takes 3 minutes. This is a fake industry. You have the finance industry where rows and rows of people are analyzing spreadsheets, passing it back and forth to each other, and then going to DEI workshops. You have the HR industry. You have the NGO industry. We fund our own destruction. Stacey Abrams got $7 billion for an NGO she established the year before that had done $175 worth of business. This is wild. Take a look at some of Thomas Massey's latest X posts. $1.5 billion to Egypt, $2 billion to Jordan, billions of dollars to HIV research and education abroad. What about all the people that got wiped out in North Carolina? What did they get? FEMA didn't even respond. It was a bunch of Amish volunteers and other ex-SF badass volunteers that went and rescued people. Where's the U.S. government? So if you are rooting against precious metals, you are in effect rooting for the U.S. dollar, the Federal Reserve, the Bank of International Settlements in Basel, Switzerland. What do we manufacture in this country? Okay, the top thing that we manufacture is chemicals. Now you see why I'm so bullish on Eastman Chemical, Dow, etc. We make a lot of chemicals, okay? The second industry is food and beverage. And largely, those two industries are overlapped, chemicals and food. If you shop anywhere on the inside of the supermarket, your health outcomes are probably not going to be great, which is actually great for the healthcare industry. So you see the huge Ponzi scheme going on. The third industry is computers and chips, which aren't even fabricated in this country. That's all done in Taiwan, Southeast Asia, and China. They come here, we put them in the box, and then we say they're manufactured in the United States. I will say we still have the intellectual capital with the universities and some of these brilliant companies. Like take Micron for instance. There is a scientist, a physicist. This guy does it all. His last name is Shaw. He's a Dr. Prakash Shaw or something like that. He has more patents than Thomas Edison. I believe he's got like 1,500 patents for semiconductors. The guy is brilliant, and Micron's actually off 10% today. But Micron, through the CHIPS Act, is doing rapid expansion. If you've ever been to Boise, Idaho, it probably should be renamed Micron, Idaho. The whole airport is like advertisements for Micron. But they're doing huge fabrication build-outs in Manassas, Virginia, upstate New York, near New York City, and then they're building a new 5 million square foot fabrication building in Boise, Idaho. So, hopefully we can get on track as a country, but I'll attach these charts. A good buddy of mine wrote me yesterday. This is what he said. Good time to buy IBIT in Bitcoin. I think we're at a local bottom. Great setup all the way to the next halving. I don't know why the Bitcoin boys always talk about the halving. What is the halving? Is that where your portfolio gets halved? The chart looks brutal on Bitcoin. And I did a highly technical analysis, and it looks like a bunch of kids looking over a fence. I gave them some blue and green hair. I'll attach the chart. So they kind of look like anti-ICE protesters in my drawing. It's a really nice work of art. Might have this framed, but I've never seen so many head and shoulder patterns in one chart. So there's the Antifa protesters right there. I am going to release a silver analysis of silver manipulation and gold manipulation, currency manipulation, a little later today for you history buffs out there. I think it's interesting, and I think it's pertinent to what's going on right now with the manipulation. This is not a new occurrence. This actually goes back to 1775. I do a full rundown. Hopefully it is of some interest to some of you, but I will be releasing that a little bit later today. So we're going to continue to watch these markets. Again, I think we're in the chop zone here for a few days while the market digests these major moves. But until then, we'll talk to you soon. Full bore silver. Take care.